structure. See, it's got nails in it. Something like that deserves to go in my truck, and that's just where it's gonna go to. If I can find a use for this in the shop. Please give me that. That's good enough. Strong like that. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, this is what happened. It was whooping the white woman. I mean, the black woman ass. And the white woman ass too. She got her ass whooped too. A lot. Down in Salem, Massachusetts. They used to call them a witch and burn their ass at the stake. And I don't say that like that to be funny. I don't think it's funny. But I say it like that because it's ironic that I accidentally said white woman. And then right after that, it was like, yep, you was right because they did some horrible shit to them too. But let's stick on point. The black woman was put through a lot because the white man knew that she was the information source to our race. She was always giving information from there. See? See that right? Do you see it? See it? That ray? That's how it comes to the earth. On those rays right there. You see the green one? The green one is a SAR. That's me. That's why it's green. That's me. You see that green light? That's me. That's a SAR. That's my color. Green. But anyway, listen. My point is this. They took the black woman and put her on display and shamefully put her through all type of atrocious deals. They would actually get a black lady pregnant by a black man and wait till she go her whole period of having the child develop inside her. Now see, this is the ironic shit that I'm telling y'all about. They really thought it out because you can see there was 9 months planning in advance, because how else would she have a baby ready for them to just cut out her stomach on the day of the event? See, this was a formulated method of mind control. So what they did to you, black woman, is they would take you, and they had like about eight white men. They have all those men rape you in front of an audience, and have all the other black women that were slaves, and they're in shackles watching. And the first thing that distilled in their mind is, ooh, I don't want that shit to happen to me. Okay, so they would rape you halfway to death, right? Think of all that filth and all that nasty treatment and all those men doing that to a woman in front of a whole crowd of spectators, all designed to break your spirit. Then they would take that pregnant lady and cut her stomach open and pull the baby out in front of everyone. This was to set up the attitude of us not being anything. Anytime you would do something that horrible in front of a whole bunch of people that you've already trained to be barbarians, and you're telling them your God propaganda that these people are evil and God has ordained for us to act this way toward them, and then you having foolish people buy to come and see you do God's work. That's how stupid they were. They did the same thing in France with the guillotine. There was plenty of people got guillotined that didn't do a damn thing wrong. They just happened to be someone that was needed to be sacrificed for the power structure that's here now to manifest. Believe me, we've all been through that shit. Everybody on the planet has been victimized by these corporations. Everyone. None of them is victimized as the melanated man and woman. Our suffering is unheard of. Remember what I was telling you guys about that graffiti? Hello. See what they want to do? They want to fuck your neighborhood up so the price of it, the value can go down. Now, I'm going to tell y'all something. You might think these is Mexicans out here doing this shit, but you know what? Probably ain't. Could be somebody that those banks hired to come out here and do that shit. Message! See, it's big money in owning the property of the land, because then if you own all the houses and all the land, the people that live on it won't have any wealth, which means it's easier for you to own their ass. That's what the plan is. Okay, they would take and cut the babies out of the lady and then throw the baby on the ground and stomp it. And the crowd be yelling, hey, especially if it's a male. They was hoping that the baby that come out of the lady would be male, because remember, it's all about the stoppage of the genetics of the black man. So if it was male, it was a bonus. But even if it was female, it didn't matter, because they was just showing their ability to stop our resurrection by destroying our babies at functions of masses. I swear. And then these things later turned into churches and shit that had this type of history of its beginning. Because it was all done by the Catholics and the freaking London Towers. You all know about the mistreat of people there. Okay? And again, the Vatican. The Catholic Vatican, the London Towers, and the United States of America. In the United States of America, atrocious deeds came here commissioned by the Vatican. So the Vatican, along with Spain and London, financed the slave trade. And it's all ran and orchestrated through the Europeans that came from the Caucasus Mountains, known as the Ashkenazim Europeans. And Ashkenazim is where the word Nazi came from. And the Zionists and the Nazis, they're all the same thing. They make you think that they are a dichotomized section, but all they are is world terrorists. That's all. And they are all linked together. Now, back to the point of the mistreatment of the black woman was to make her be really, really saturated in fear of the white man and be in a state of obedience. Now, along with treating a white lady like that, what they would do to the black man is sodomize him in front of crowds, stick objects all up his ass, do all the horrible things that they could think of to ridicule him and make him be seen as a nothing in the mind of everyone else in the world. They're doing this to him and then saying what a beast he is and what he have done. But we can see what they are doing and have done. Everything about us is just speculation. You have no proof of us ever doing anything like that. Only thing you have is the Bible telling you that this type of treatment to us was ordained by their God, which is a white man. So that would only make sense. Especially when they're sitting up here trying to perpetuate a genetics that's insufficient anyway. You know, it's degenerate. You know it's degenerate. Otherwise, you wouldn't have to go through so much shit to try to stay alive. It's real simple. If you would just get some melanin in your ass, you wouldn't have to hate all the people that does have melanin. And you could get melanin in you simply by having sex with black people. But the problem is the white people would disappear on the earth, and then the corporations wouldn't have a method of decodomization of the complexions anymore that's as effective as the one that they're utilizing right now in the black and white skin game. So a black woman was put through so much shit right along with her black man to put in her mind that he was not shit and he could not defend her. And so now all this brainwashed rhetoric that's inside of her mind is making her feel like the only thing she could do is be submissive to the white man where it's safe and protected at in those behaviors. And then at the same time, her ideal of raising a son is to make him be as feminine as possible and as less of a threat to the white man as possible. So she actually encourages his failure. And then she's perpetuating to her daughter the necessity of picking a man that can provide her with a good life. And we all know that it's hard for a black man to take care of himself. You see me riding through these fucking alleys. So now with a black woman that's getting that type of information from her mother, and if a black man is getting a negative and you ain't shit, you never gonna be shit, all that, I know. I was a black man, I had a black mother, I already know. I don't care what nobody said, I already know what they said because my friends were getting the same shit because they done got brainwashed by the white man that that's what we are. So you got dysfunctional families in the black community because we've been given bad diets, bad information of a God that don't give a fuck about us. A woman that's been trained that her best interest is in the worshiping of the white man. Now that's all she do. That's all her ass do. She spends so much money to buy the wigs that the same women of India that's melanated too and try to hide that melanation, to cut their hair off for a damn spiritual ritual and send it to America, and you black women over here buy it. Now this is some crazy white man got y'all fucked up. Now I hate to be the one to tell you that, but it's true. The women of India get their hair up to the white man as a religious sacrifice. He takes the hair and brings it to America and sells it to the black woman over here that he's convinced that her hair is not good enough for her. Now, if there's a reason for any motherfucker to have his head cut off, that's a good one right there. The fools that he's made out of these black women is the reason why black men like me have such a problem finding a woman. See, I'm gonna tell you something. I can't have me a woman if she's eating meat, smoking cigarettes, drinking alcohol, wearing those wigs, those fingernails. I ain't got time for it. Especially if the worst one of all is her ass thinks she gonna have some picture of some white man up in my house as her God. I will smack the fuck out of her and make her get on track about what it is she's really doing. No, I'm not gonna be up in here sleeping with you, taking care of you, protecting you, and then you say that's your overall encompassing God. Well, you know what? You need to go be with him. Thanks for the coochie. I'm out. And that's what a lot of those bastards in those churches do. That's why black women are so upset, because they don't understand that that nigga that came in there talking all that Jesus shit, he just knew how stupid you was and came and hit you up and bounced. Our men ain't like that. Your problem is you stupid. You sitting up worshiping a spook. And all the good men that come around you that ain't trying to be down with your Jesus thing, all of a sudden you ain't got nothing else to say to them. And that's because of what I just described to you, what happened to you. That's what he did to you. Fucked your mind up and taught you through fear to respect him as God. He is not God. Those are not godly actions that he has demonstrated to the world. And I ain't trying to pick on nobody. I'm trying to help people see what's going on. You are not going to walk around here torturing people, murdering people, creating poverty, destroying the ecosystem, doing all the shit that you've been doing. And then somebody like me be on earth and I get this information. You think I'm going to be afraid to expose your ass? Bullshit. Shit, it's going down. I'm telling you. I want people to wake up and stop hating each other. And I want the black woman to wake up more than anyone. There is nothing on this earth that I would see as more enjoyment than the black woman taking off all those wigs, stop smoking all them damn cigarettes, stop eating that nasty ass meat, stop drinking that foolish milk, stop eating that cheese. All of that shit is European diet. They was up in the cold regions where they had to eat that shit. That shit then came to a point with them where they can deal with that. Their body has formulated a system of work where they can digest milk, they can digest cheese, they can do that. Black woman, you can't. That's the reason they're telling you you got fiber tumors in your coochie. And that devil is gonna try to suggest to you that he cut your coochie out of you and sell you one of his plastic ones. This nigga is playing for keeps. He will sell you everything that God has already given you naturally, and then he make a fool out of you and give you rituals that'll make you destroy everything that was naturally given to you by God and accept his bullshit. And then, of course, you ain't got enough money to pay for it, so he wants you to sign. Remember the power of a name again? Well, just sign right here. And then the bank come and take your house and say, well, you took a loan out for that uterus and you never paid for the uterus, so we want your house. Motherfuckers. Or something else. Alright, so I guess you guys have listened to enough this morning, huh? I haven't been seeing much out there. I'm keeping these places clean. I'm gonna have to be moving on to me another route. Hey, doggy. What a beautiful dog. Hey, how you doing, ma'am? Hey, I was just riding through the alley and I saw your dog. I'm making a video. Is that okay? I want to. You don't mind being in it, do you? Can I show you?
Well,
if you don't want me to, I'll just show the dog, okay?
probably the dog, because I just woke up and my hair's all in there.
I understand.
Your dog.
That's okay. How you doing, ma'am? This is a really nice looking dog. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What's his name?
Toby.
Hey, Toby, what's up, man? You all right? How you doing, buddy? Peace and blessing, ma'am. You have a good day, honey, okay? All right, thank you, dear. Bye, Toby. Yeah, I just know that be God, so I try to show it as much as I can. Animals are really beautiful. Their vibrations are out of this world. You know what I'm saying? I remember one day, I went to these people's house, and they were some white people, and they had this really, really big black Labrador. And when I went to their house, I was getting some metal out of their yard. And when I was getting the metal out of their yard, somehow that dog ended up out of the house. It wasn't deliberate, so let me make you guys understand that. These white people did not deliberately